Hello and welcome back to Nirvana with Nav. In today's class, we'll be challenging our stamina and endurance. For the next 30 minutes, I'm going to need you to bring your energy. Energy in your breath, energizing your mind, and staying strong with your body. If at any point you need to slow down or take a break, please do so. And if you do enjoy this kind of practice, please like, subscribe, and let me know. Otherwise, let's make the most of our time together. We'll take a mindful minute to ground down, whether you do so on your back, sitting up, or laying down. Just for the intention of our practice, I'm going to start seated. A moment for me to tune in with my senses as we all do so with our bodies. Relaxing your shoulders, your hips, your arms, your legs. Maybe just even seeing if you can relax the muscles around your eyelids, your eyebrows. As we center our mind into our bodies, can we take a few moments to find our breathing? Mindful inhales and exhales. That connection to your breath may grow stronger as we deepen our inhales and lengthen our exhales. Building a sense of strength with each breath in and sharpening that breath on the way out to keep some energy in. If we are on our backs or in any other posture, let's take a moment. We'll all be coming into a tabletop. Shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips. Let's take a few moments here. We'll start simple with today's practice, working with our cat and cows. Inhaling, belly drops as your chin and tailbone lift. Exhale, rounding through the spine as you tuck your chin and tail in. A few breaths here. Let's come back to a neutral spine, bringing your hands a little bit closer. Let's curl our toes as we start to shift our weight forwards and backwards. We can do so just simply moving forward and back. Some of us may bring in some circular movements side to side. Take a moment here, turn your hands out. Thumbs forward, fingers to the side, just some side to side movements before we begin. Great. Let's come down to our forearms as we step our feet back. Building some awareness in the core, rounding a little bit through the lower back. Palms pressing down, shoulders grounded here. Maybe moving a little bit side to side. Forward and back once again. Keep your forearms as they are. Lower your hips down. Can we find ourselves in our Sphinx? Tops of your feet land on your mat as we press into the earth to open through the chest. Being mindful of the lower back. Shoulders broaden, maybe palms pressed down. Stay for a breath in. Exhale to roll your ribs down. Let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders, rolling things back. Let's take a breath, baby cobra. Hovering your hands for a moment here. If this feels good enough for you, let's extend our arms back, coming into that airplane position. Breath in, shoulders roll back a little bit more. Next breath in, maybe those thighs start to lift, feeling the squeeze in your glutes. Last set of breaths here, maybe arms reach out in front, working through your posterior core with some intention here. 3 breaths. Lifting the thighs, the arms, feeling the ribs expand with each inhale. On your next breath out, let's lower things down. Hands underneath your shoulders, toes can curl. Stay for your breath in. Exhale, let's push back to a child's pose. Rocking the hips side to side. Arms can move, torso can move. We'll just give ourselves a few breaths to bring some rounding in here. Let's bring in our first downward dog. Walk your hands forward, lift your hips up. Let's find some strength through these arms as we start to press into our mats. Soft spread of your fingers as we press down through our thumbs and index fingers. Extending out through the shoulders, so being mindful that we're not collapsing here. Feel some freedom in your elbows. You can work with some movement there. See what you need through your lower body as we take our dog for a walk. A few breaths here. Feet pedal, knees bend, hips rock. See what works. Great. Let's build some awareness through the spine. Let's walk our hands to the back of our mat as we fold. Root down through your heels, just a halfway lift, finding that breath in. Exhale to fold forward. 2 more times, looking beyond your mat as you extend through the spine. Breath in. Exhale to release. Last time around, breath in, that halfway lift, we hold. Bend your knees if you need, left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. Let's see if we can open that right shoulder up. Stay for your inhale. Exhale to switch sides, right hand down, pushing into the earth to inhale, sweeping that left hand. And it's okay to bend, keeping your thighs a bit closer, finding that opening through the ribs. Let's do this once more each side. Exhaling, come down. Inhaling, right shoulder opens, right arm extends, right hand reaches. Long spine, strong back. Exhaling to fold, switching sides, breath in, sweeping that left arm up high. Exhale to fold. Halfway on your inhale. Exhale, let's walk our hands to the top of our mat, finding ourselves in a strong plank. Shoulders over your wrists as we bring our heels a little bit higher. So building more strength through your toes. Shift a little bit more weight into your arms, feeling lighter through the hips. Can we bring this right knee towards our right arm? Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, extend back. Try the other side. Left knee, left arm. Can we curl that left heel? Can we lift that left thigh? Can we find our breath, most importantly? Exhale, extending back. Take a breath. Let's bend our knees to shift our weight back. Exhale to step, hop, jump, whatever gets you to fold, this time at the top half of your mat. Halfway on your breath in. Exhale to release. Inhale, finding that flat back, halfway once again. This time, light on your arms, extending them back. Lifting up a little bit higher through your chest, and once again, knees may bend. Keeping that strong core, reach your arms out in front. See what's possible here. Take a breath in. Exhale to fold. Once again, halfway. Find that flat back, reach back. Adding a little bit of a challenge here. Can we lift up left heel? Can we squeeze in that left heel? Breath in to extend. Exhale to come back. Twice more, inhaling. Exhaling. Play with your arms however feels best. One more time, breath in. Exhale, palms to your heart or by your side. Let's fold forward here. Halfway, flat back. Right heel curls, right heel lifts. Reaching arms back. Stay for your inhale. Exhale this time to reach. Inhale, pull back, lift forward. Exhale, relax and sweep out. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling, heel down, fold, and relax. I think I may have messed up one more round. It's okay. Let's take a breath in, lifting halfway. No more of this. Exhale to release it. Let's take a smooth breath, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhaling, palms to your heart, a moment to reset here. Couple of breaths. Not long, but just enough to ground back down. Spread your toes. Find a soft lift through the ribs. Reconnect to your breath. Let's heel toe our feet about mat width apart, turning toes out, turning knees out. Hands to your heart if you'd like to start as we lower ourselves, not all the way into a malasana, but think a more shorter stance goddess pose. Tuck in the hips, keeping this thigh to hip connection so we don't need to sink lower. Let's take a breath in, reaching our arms a bit higher. Feel the breath move into the belly. Can you breathe outwards through your belly? 2 more breaths. Find a little bit more of a lift, a little bit more length. Exhale, relax here, fold. Halfway breath in. Exhale, palms down, feet back. Let's pause in this plank for a moment. Great. On your next breath out, whether you lower to your knees or not, our first full chaturanga. Coming down. Tops of your feet can roll onto your mat. Choices of your cobra or upward dog. Extending out through the shoulders. We're not going to move on just right away. If you need your knees down, that's okay, but pressing into the tops of your feet, pressing through the palms, finding a little bit more lift through the chest here. On your breath out, we can curl the toes as we shift back, downward dog. Great. Let's continue to build our heat. Inhaling, right heel to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhaling to shift as you step forward. Left knee comes down, inhale, hands high to the sky. Exhale, arms by your side. Let's start to hinge. Extend forward through the chest. Let's curl our left toes. Next breath, lift your left knee. Can you shift a little bit further forward? 1 breath in to reach your arms. Extending through the spine, lifting through the chest, maybe looking towards your thumbs. Great job. Breath out, palms to your heart. Let's turn to the right as we maybe rest left elbow on that right knee or thigh. Palms pressing, chest lifting. Left hand can come to the ground. Right hand will reach up to the sky, finding this dragonfly twist. On your breath out, pull. Pull with that right hand as you rise up to your twisted crescent. Be mindful of your arms. We're working through a windmill movement next from here. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Right arm sweeps down and forward. Left arm sweeps up and back. Inhale to reverse. Reach your right arm to the sky. Maybe lean back. Exhale, let's cartwheel our hands to the mat as we step our right foot back. Vinyasa for some of us will be taken on knees. Others will just find their own journey returning to downward dog. Left leg lifts, inhaling. Exhaling to shift and step. We start very grounded. Build awareness through the hips as we reach our arms up to the sky here. Exhaling, arms by your side. Roll back those shoulders, start to hinge forward. Looking beyond your mat as we start to lift that right knee. Shifting a bit further, breathing in to reach our arms. Staying long and strong through your back, palms to your heart, we turn to the left. As softly as you can place that right elbow on your left knee. Right hand will come down. Left hand will reach up. Finding ourselves tight in our twist here. Pressing into the big toe of your left foot, breath out, rise. Extend your spine to the sky as you slice your arms out by your side. Both arms moving at once. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Feeling that opening as we come into this chest, hip opening posture. Breath in, left arm reaches up. Maybe we extend back. Exhale, cartwheeling. Left hand, left foot. Lowering yourselves down for your chaturanga. Inhaling, lifting through the chest, extending the spine. Exhaling, up and back, your downward facing dog. Now, same sequence that we've worked with. There is the ability to find flow, to build stamina and endurance as we work through this same sequence 2 more times. Body will get fatigued. Mind may start to get a little bit louder and irritated. But let your breath help you. Let's begin. Right leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale to step. Some of us will start grounded. Others, if you feel strong enough in your practice at this point in time, full crescent lunge. Exhale, arms by your side as we hinge for that lightning bolt. Looking forward, extending forward, taking a breath. Exhaling, palms to your heart as we twist. Some of us may find variations here. Left hand will come down, right hand will reach up, take a breath. Exhale to pull into your twisted crescent. Inhaling. Exhaling, warrior 2. Slice out, open out, great job. Take a breath in, let's reverse. Exhale, let's reset. Your journey to downward dog will feel different each and every time. Returning to down dog, inhale, left heel high. And exhale, left foot forward. Inhaling, hands high. Exhaling, arms down, shift forward. Breath in, reach and look up. Exhale, palms to heart and twist. Inhale, right hand down, left hand high. Exhale, rise up, pivot your upper body 90 degrees. Great job. Inhaling. Exhaling, warrior 2. Noticing how that front knee never moves. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to reset. Couple of breaths. The journey is the same, yes, but the experience is so much different, can be so much different each and every time. If the ability to move with some more fluidity is there, we embrace it, we work with it. If we need to work slower to create more stability, no problem. We accept it. Last round before we continue on. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, let's step. Breath in, hands high, crescent lunge. Exhale to hinge. Maybe you keep your arms out in front, who knows? Finding that reach, lifting that chest. Eventually, palms to your heart, we turn. We turn to the right. Staying strong through your shoulders, arms open out, left hand down, inhaling, right hand up. Exhale, pull into that twisted crescent, and this can take you right into that warrior 2. Feeling flow. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, hands down, right foot back. So if we can learn to connect the dots as we work through left side, you can notice how one breath can take you so much further than it originally did. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps. Inhale that crescent lunge. Stay strong through this right thigh, back thigh. Exhale to hinge as you extend. And working all into that breath out to bring your palms to your heart as we twist. Great job coming into that dragonfly twist. And maybe you challenge yourself. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, how can you pull yourself to transition all the way back to warrior 2? Inhale, let's reverse. And exhale, hands down, left foot back. We can take a few moments to return to our DD, our downward dog. Amazing job. Not easy things to do. It's very easy that the breath starts to take over, or rather that we lose control to the breath. Few breaths here. Recompose yourself, relax. We still got just a little bit more to go. Wonderful job. Now, in this last phase, we're going to work through our same sequence one more time. At certain points, we're going to introduce balancing component. So be mindful of your body. Just see what it can do for you. Let's work. Returning to downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time, exhale, right knee, right elbow, shift and squeeze. Try not to collapse through the hips. Back in, back up to the sky. And exhale, let's step forward as we rise. Finding that crescent lunge. As we hinge forward for our lightning bolt, let's find warrior 3. Lifting left leg off your mat. Those knee squeezes that we had done very early on. Breath out, left knee in, maybe hands touch. Inhale, warrior 3. Twice more, exhaling to squeeze. Inhaling to extend. Last time, breath out here, pause. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, left leg extends back. Palms to your heart, land in your lunge as you twist. We'll bring left hand to the ground, right hand will reach up, finding yourselves in this dragonfly twist. All right. Rising up, pulling back, warrior 2. Can you feel that movement there? Now, to challenge your mind, can you bring yourself all the way back down to a dragonfly twist? Cartwheeling your hands, working through your hips, pulling yourself. We'll do this 2 more times. Breath in to rise. Exhale to open. Take a breath in. Exhale to close your left hand to your mat. Sweeping right hand, take a breath in. Pull up. Open up. And cartwheel down. Let's come down. Amazing job. Step your right foot back, changing things up, side plank. Whether you need to lower left knee down or not, I leave that choice to you. Stay for your breath in. Exhale, right foot to the top. Let's open up all the way back to warrior 2. Great job. Take a breath in. Let's lean back. Sky archer pose as we pull back. Exhale, skandasana, back half of your mat as we bend this back leg. Amazing job, everyone. Our final posture here. As we come to walk to the top of our mat, let's stand up, bringing our left knee up to our chest. Right hand will give it a hug as your left hand pulls back. Holding here for 5, finding your dancing Shiva balance. 3, 2, 1. We'll cartwheel our hands down to the ground or slowly plant them as right foot steps back and we return to downward dog. Last time working through this full sequence, introducing balance and dynamic movement. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee squeezes. Inhale to kick high. Exhale to shift and step. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we can start to extend. Breath in, we look forward as we lift up that right leg. Exhale, squeeze your right knee in. Move slowly. Maybe hands wrap around the shin, the ankle, who knows. Inhale, extending. Exhale, squeezing. Keep the upper back strong. Last time, breath in. Breath out, squeeze. Stay here for your inhale. Exhale, palms to your heart, lunge back, twist over. Wonderful job. Right hand down, left hand high. When you feel ready, that journey to warrior 2, pushing off the ground to windmill your arms as we pass through that twisted crescent. Staying for your breath in. Exhaling in reverse. Arms move in one straight line as we return to that dragonfly twist. 2 more times. Inhaling to rise. Exhaling to open. Inhaling to stay. Exhaling to return down to the ground. Once again, inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Exhale, let's rise or come down. From your D-fly twist, left foot will step back. Your journey of a side plank. You could lift your leg, you can play with your leg. You may stagger your feet, who knows? Holding here for 3, 2. We look to the top as we step to the top. Pulling up to that warrior 2 once again. Home stretch as we lean back. Reach back. Take a deep breath. Exhale to come down. A familiar movement for those of us that may have taken my last class. Stay for a breath in. Exhale to come forward. Rise. Stand on that left leg. Left hand gives your right knee a hug as we reach back with our right hand. 5, 4, maybe let go as you extend your right foot. 2, 1, pause at the top as you bring your arms and legs back in. Wow. We'll invite a very gentle side bend to release some energy out of the body. Before doing so, one cleansing breath as we take a breath in through the nose, sighing it out. Interlace your fingers here. Let's take a breath in, reaching them up as we go overhead to the left. 3 deep breaths. Back to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhaling back to center. Maybe bend back as you lift your chest, open your heart. I like cactus arms here. Really send some energy out to the arms. On your breath out, let's fold forward. Halfway on your inhale. Exhaling, palms down, feet back. Let's lower to our knees as we shift our weight back to a child's pose. We'll take a few breaths in a high pigeon here. So as we bring ourselves closer to the top of our mat, let your left foot step back, let your right heel swivel in. Lower your left knee down as you bump your hips to the right side of your mat. So we can work with a little bit of movement forward and back if it feels okay. But otherwise, this is less about getting all the way into a full pigeon, in which we're targeting very deep hip muscles, and more about just creating a nice relieving stretch for that right side of our hip. So instead of sliding all the way back with that left knee, we can keep it higher up. We can have a bit more weight in our hands. Still, for the most part, it is the hips here that control the movement. So I should be able to stay here hands-free if I ever needed, but we don't need. Spending just a few more breaths here. Hips bumping to the right. We can always walk our hands in the opposite direction. Awesome. Let's bring our hands back to center. We can lift our left knee. We can step our right foot back. Take a moment, down dog. Just coming back down onto your knees. This time around, right foot extends back, left heel swivels in as we bring our knee down. And the key here is to bump your hips like you're closing a door or a drawer with the edge of your hip. We can shift back ever so slightly forward, side to side. The hands can move. Just spending a minute here to create a little bit of space, a little bit of a stretch. So when we move our bodies, we are moving our muscles, no matter how inefficient and how tense they are. That's just what we're here to do. And when we get towards this end part of our practice, because the muscles have warmed up, they're a little bit more receptive to opening up. So we're just trying to break through some of these areas of tension that we may be carrying. Awesome. Let's bring our knees back to center so we can step that right leg forward. We'll come to swivel onto our butt as we work with some bent legs to windshield wiper some things out. As we get towards the end of our practice, naturally for some of us, we go to do more. And if that happens to be a run or some more exercise, that's great. I hope this practice helped. If you just needed a quick pick-me-up in the morning, then I hope this practice helped with that. But with that in mind, with these windshield wipers out of the way, let's come to roll ourselves down onto our mat. Bring your elbows down, your forearms down, your shoulders down. Let's bring our knees in towards our chest. Rock our hips side to side. And just some soft bridges here to counter all the movements that we've brought in. Heels by your hips, arms by your side. Just a few liftings and lowerings of your thigh bones and hips. Now, with that last bridge as you come down, I leave it up to you. Some of you will extend your legs, some of you will keep your knees bent. But let's just give ourselves one mindful minute to let this practice land. Let all the space that you've created be filled up with the positive energy that you've made. Closing your eyes if you can as you just take a handful of mindful breaths. Let your next breath in be particularly deep as you stretch your arms overhead and point your toes away. Let your next breath out be slightly longer as we bring our knees to our chest, maybe lift up through the head, neck, and shoulders and squeeze things in. Whether you roll onto your side or you rock yourselves up, let's come to sit. Palms by your heart, chin by your chest, just a moment to reflect. One of the very unique things about a yoga practice is our ability to bring intention to every movement we make. And this is a very strong energy when it comes to being very mindful with your intention. So I hope you've created the energy that you need to do what you need to do next in your day. My hope is that you can do what it is that you need to do with some mindfulness and intention. Thank you all for joining. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live peacefully and harmoniously. May you be liberated from your pain and suffering. It's my honor to guide you all here today as we seal our practice by bowing forward and humbly saying, Namaste. Great job. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you spending some time with me to practice. If you'd like to support the community, please like and subscribe. Your support matters greatly. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave them down below. Otherwise, I look forward to having you join me once again for another practice. Take care, be well, see you again soon.